Good evening and welcome to my latest video on how to replace a sky with one of your sky images. Our next screen is a sky image, and the sky image was shot at 35mm. It's important to shoot the skies using the lens variations so you can store them and use them in appropriate images given a good effect. This is the image after the sky has been replaced. And as you can see, it fits very well. First of all, we've got to load Photoshop. And if you load Photoshop into your computer and navigate to where you have stored your files, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load a file, and this is the before file. And I also have a file for the sky, one of which I have shot. So by selecting and opening the file, we will see that the sky is pretty washed out, but the rest of the image looks fine. What we need to do is we need to go across to the sky replacement. And if we click on sky replacement, we'll now get up a box which will show us some skies that are currently available. We bring up the little box and check the little cog. It will allow us to select a new category, or bespoke category, which I have called My Sky Images. And if we click OK, you will now see that we have got a new selection, which will be My Sky Images. That's where they will be stored. Next part of the job is to put a file in there. So if you go to the bottom, you'll see the little add icon. And if you navigate to where your skies are located, you can select your sky and effectively press open. You will now see an image of the sky appear in a little thumbnail. You can at the bottom increase the size of the thumbnail by moving the slider across. If you click on the base, you will now find that you've got some options. And what I would suggest is that you always select the new layers. By doing that, the sky is replaced, and you will actually see all of the layers that were created to make this happen. Of course, what you can do is you can adjust your sky if you wish. You can send the sky element back into Camera Raw. And if we view it, we can see it's done a reasonable job in terms of we've got a lot of leaves and branches and so on and so forth. And it's matched them in quite well. But if we take this out to the raw editor, we're going to zoom in firstly just to examine it in the full screen. And then if we select the sky portion and then go and select the raw editor, we can effectively introduce some brightness into the sky by just increasing the exposure. And we can just adjust the shadows just to show that these adjustments can be carried out. When we send the image back, we can now see that it's been uplifted slightly. The image, in my opinion, suits the scene. So effectively, we will just navigate around the image to ensure that we're happy. And we can save a copy to our hard drive. Again, what we want to do is we want to save and rename the image, and we want to keep the old one. And we want to give this one a unique name so we can identify that we've carried out some work to this image. Notice at this stage we've kept the image as a PSD, which retains all of the elements. You can, of course, flatten a copy of this image when you're happy that you have uh, arrived at your final image. Now we can have a look at the before, and the before pretty washed out, and we can look at the after, where the sky is a good fit.